Guys, welcome to another video. I've got my big DSLR in my hand at the moment and it's heavy, so I'm not sure if I've made the right choice, but this video is going to be about a few things I've done to the truck in the last few weeks. You know, over winter I seem to be in a habit of getting stuff done on winter. So yeah, that was one of my first projects, was to actually put a little fuse box in here, which is stuck on at the moment. I need more hands to do that. Okay, and I've put the switch system in. I used to have this 4-lighter plug adapter. I've still got to finish off tidying up this wiring, but I've put some switches in now that I've got fuses for my modem and my television and my charge the phone thing, because I watch YouTube and stream it via my phone, so I quite like to plug it in where I'm sitting. So I also painted a couple of walls in my loft because they were that funny plastic wood and I didn't like it. So I went really random and chose, I normally never use light blue, but I just felt it was such a nice, calming, soothing colour. I decided to paint all that plastic wood. Outside I've done a few bits and pieces. I painted the cab, which is all good. And I got some decals, which actually it's a bit of a shame. They were a great price, but they just seem to not stick that well. I keep having to go over them and stick them on again. But they give people the general idea. They've got my, you know, what I do, my website, phone number, and, you know, all the social media channels I run. So it's got all of that on it, which is great. The cab's painted. I also did a bit of work on the wiring in there, and my indicators, which are these delightful ancient things, which I need to get some new lenses for at some point. They used to flash erratically, like all over the place. They never ever flashed like when they were supposed to, at a rhythm, and if I turned the headlights on they were just mental. And there'd been a couple of comments about that at COF, so I've went to Jaycar, bought a $20 non-voltage sensitive relay, chucked it in there, and Bob's your uncle. I have normal indicators again that behave themselves. Should have done it ages ago, but you know, it's one of those jobs, there's always something else to do first. So one of my future projects, I'm trying to keep the wind off the microphone, is actually this door behind me. It's had a few instances of the old wood rot because it was never designed to be an exterior door. It was actually an interior door that I put in, and I got it because it was the right size I wanted for the site. So and it's done 12 years, which is pretty good going, but no, actually probably more, 14 or 15 maybe. And I've dealt with some rot, you know, dug it out, epoxied it, which actually works really well with wood rot, is to just really go hard, wire brush out any soft bits, and then paint the whole lot with epoxy, all those fibers and things, and you can actually really knock wood rot right off its perch by doing that. It's really good if you don't want to replace the whole thing. But I've done that with this door and it's okay, but one day I just want to build one that's actually can handle the outside a bit better. I still want to have a stable door. I love that, the fact that I can open the top half up on this one. And it's quite high, which is quite good for privacy too, because people can't just sort of stand there and look in, which is quite nice, which is actually what made me do it. It's a funny story, my stable door. I was parked up in Picton, up on a lookout, and it was really, really hot. It was the middle of summer, and tourists were all walking past and just staring at me while I was sitting in my lounge, and even with cameras, and I just got really fed up with it. I was starting to feel like, you know, something in a zoo. So I actually got my handsaw out, screwed on a couple of extra hinges and cut the door in half and made that trim that's halfway up, so you know the water doesn't get in there. But yeah, no, so it was funny. I was just so fed up with being stared at that I decided my door needed to be a stable door right then. So getting that flat tire fixed was actually a bit of humour. I wasn't too distressed by it at all, but the guy came and he had a couple of buddies turn up, and they decided it was easier to just fix a puncture than change the spare, because the spare is so hard to get out, which made sense. It probably was quicker. But strictly speaking, with the AA, he's supposed to change the tyre, which would have actually taken longer probably with that bracket. So it was a sensible thing to do. But after he left, he started texting me. I have the suspicion that they were arranging to get together and have a few drinkies, and he still had my phone number from when the AA gave it to him, and he just started texting me like non-stop. What are you doing? Where are you going to be? What are you, yeah, I'll come down to the market and visit you, and all of this stuff. And I'm like, oh my God. And I was trying to give him really brief one-word answers. It was kind of funny. But yeah, no, you know, there was no angry reaction when I stopped replying or anything like that. So no biggie. Not very professional, but I still suspect that because they were arranging to get together, those guys, that they had some drinks and maybe his buddies dared him to, or whatever guys do in situations like that. But that's all done. But yeah, it was kind of quite funny. Not what I expected, but the big thing was I didn't have to go rushing around town and get a puncture fixed and all of that sort of thing. It was done. The puncture got fixed right there on the spot, which actually was brilliant. Normally with AA, they change the tyre for you, and because the bracket under my truck's so blimmin' awful, it's a real pain. That's why I don't do it. If I can help it, I have done it when I've had to, but prefer not to. Yeah, so yeah, that's normally what they do, and then you have to drive to town and find somebody to repair your puncture. But I didn't even have to go there because it was actually quicker to whip the wheel off, pull the tube out, put a patch on it and put it back in. So yeah, all good. Hey, thanks for watching, and if you like this video and want to see more videos about my travels and what I get up to, please subscribe, and if you enjoyed it, give it a like, and I'll see you all in my next video.